Becky. Welcome back to my channel. I am sharing our 6th grade curriculum choices with you guys in today's video. It's going to be just an overhead shot of everything laid out on the table, but I wanted to hop on here first and say hey and let you guys know what you can expect in today's video. Just kind of a brief synopsis of what I'm showing you. A lot of it is carryover from 5th grade. The things that I have, the base curriculum that we're using, teaching textbooks, BJU Press, those are things that are solid staples in our curriculum, at least up to this point. Sometimes we'll take a little break and do something else, or sometimes I'll add other things to what we're using, but you know, we have a lot of carryover from 5th grade just because I think 5th grade was probably the best year we've had so far in hitting our stride and finding these curriculums that work best for her and for me. So this is my 6th grade curriculum choices video. If you want to see what we're going to be doing for 6th grade, which is middle school, which is so hard to believe, then stay tuned. Okay, so I have everything laid out on the table that we're going to be using for 6th grade. The only thing you're not going to see here is math, which is teaching textbooks. We've done that for years. My oldest daughter has used it since the middle of 4th grade. My youngest daughter has used it the entire time since level 3, which is their first level. So I don't have it to show you because it's all online. There's no book or anything for it. So teaching textbooks is not here, but that is math. And then handwriting, I don't remember the name of it. It's basically a cursive copywork book that you're just copying states and capitals and state information and facts in cursive. So it's not the most exciting thing in the world, but it gets the job done and it teaches cursive, which I think is really important. So that's not here because my youngest is actually upstairs doing that right now. But everything else is laid out here on the table, and I kind of have it organized by category. So this whole section is language. We are going to be continuing on with BJU Press English 5. We actually haven't finished English 4 yet. So I don't really know how long it's going to take us before we get to English 5. We are not in a hurry. We just take one lesson at a time. And BJU Press's English curriculum alternates a chapter of writing and a chapter of grammar. So you're getting some variation there and not doing the same thing just over and over for weeks and weeks on end. So I do like that. I do like that, and also I don't get too caught up in the number. I talked about that before. We just take each lesson as it comes, and especially with the BJU Press English, I have found that English 5 is almost the same exact curriculum as English 4. English 4 is pretty much the exact same as English 3. They're just repeating the same concepts, maybe making them a little bit more challenging, but it's pretty much the same. So I'm not worried about the fact that any of these books maybe don't say 6. I don't really care about that. I don't find that it makes a difference. So that is our primary, our main grammar and writing curriculum. Then adding to that, we have vocabulary, which is the Evan Moor Daily Academic Vocabulary. Really enjoying that. Also, we added in 5th grade the Evan Moor Daily 6 Trait Writing. We added this to this. So even though that has a chapter of writing every other chapter, I don't find that it's too much. They're kind of different. In my experience with this so far, this is more like finding your writing voice, your creative voice. This is more technique. There's a little bit of creativity too, but it's mostly technique and formatting. So the two of these together work really well, and because this only takes about 5 or 10 minutes a day at most, it's very easily able to be done with this and this every single day. Then we have the Evan Moor Building Spelling Skills. We've used this for quite a few years, so we really like that. It's a basic, open and go, simple spelling curriculum that is very traditional. You have a word list at the beginning of each week. You do things throughout the week with various worksheets, and then you retest on Friday. And then reading skills. This is basically just a reading comprehension workbook. There are fiction and nonfiction passages in here that she reads. They're really short. She'll answer these questions, she'll read this, she'll answer these questions. Very simple, completely independent, and it just helps her with comprehension. So that is pretty much everything in the language arts, writing, grammar category. Then for science, last year we actually stepped back from the BJU Press science, not because there was anything wrong with it, but because I really wanted to spend most of our time focusing on language, math, and history. So stepped back to the Evan Moor Skill Sharpener Science, and it has been the perfect fit, exactly what I wanted. It's very colorful, the lessons are brief, it's hitting all the high points, not too much information, doesn't take too much time. So she's still getting a little bit of science, but not something that really involves me and not something that takes too long for her. And then for our devotional, we are reading through we actually are reading through Indescribable, which is the first version in this series. It'll take us a while to finish that, but I did purchase this new just to use next. Basically, it's just a daily devotional, but it's tied back to science. So you have some type of Bible verse, something related to that verse, how it ties back to science, and you'll have a little science fact at the end of each devotional. So I love this book and I love this format. And then kind of in the science category, we have puberty and the birds and the bees. This is what I'm planning to use. I have not read through this yet. I've skimmed through it, but I have not read through it. But this is a biblical approach to puberty and the changes that kids experience. Do you need a curriculum or a book to do that? No. But I figured, being a homeschool mom, it might take a little bit of the awkwardness and pressure away if I treat this subject like I would any subject. So I have a little printable curriculum I got from Teachers Pay Teachers that will tie into this. And then this book, which is very short, but just 7 biblical lessons to make sense of puberty. And there are other books in this series that she is not ready for yet, but at least I know they're there if we decide to do those. That is kind of science and life skills category. And then for geography, we are doing the Evan Moor, the 7 continents, Antarctica. We did North America in 5th grade. We loved it. It's a mixture of classic geography, so mapping skills and things like that, but it relates to each continent, and you get into a lot of the culture, the exploration, the animals, scientific research, wildlife, physical features. So it's more of what I would definitely consider a social studies, cultural curriculum with a little bit of geography mixed in. So I loved North America. I love North America so much that we are going to be doing this for 6th grade. And then for history, another thing that we loved in 5th grade was the BJU Press Heritage Studies 4. I cannot say enough good things about it. I had the best time. I learned so much, and I'm really excited to be doing Heritage Studies 5 with her. So this is her student workbook, her activity manual, and my teacher's edition guide, which is your brain in a book that tells you what to ask, all the questions, everything you need is in that book. So I have this. I'm really excited to jump into that. And I'm also excited that this year we are adding a lot of chapter books, required reading for her. They're very easy. They're definitely below her reading level, but that's not really the purpose that I bought them for. I bought them to make this come alive even more and really focus on a child age-appropriate level, these different major things that we're going to be talking about in this curriculum. So in this case, this is not in order, but what was Pearl Harbor? What was Pearl Harbor? The Boston Tea Party, another one about Pearl Harbor, the Great Wall. I don't even know if that's in there, but I have it out just in case. What was D-Day? The Great Depression, the bombing of Hiroshima, and what was the Holocaust? So those are our 6th grade curriculum choices. Okay guys, that is everything that we are planning to use for 6th grade. Like I've said in the past, sometimes things change. Sometimes you have to take a break. Sometimes you need to add to something or take away from something. But for the most part, this is my plan going in of what we're going to be using for 6th grade. Obviously, it's subject to change, but some of these things, especially the BJU Press English and history, I really don't see changing. I really don't see changing spelling. I don't see changing vocabulary. Like, I just feel like we have really hit our sweet spot in what seems to be working right now. But I am always willing to change things as needed, and I've told you guys that before. Don't be afraid to change things if they're not working. You don't want to be doing it every 5 seconds, but you know, if something's not working, don't beat a dead horse. You know, don't beat your head against the wall. Don't make your kid frustrated and stressed out. If something's not working that you paid for that seems so amazing and you were just like, oh my goodness, this is gonna be the best homeschool year ever, and this works for so many people that I've known or I've read about. If it doesn't work for you, don't be afraid to get rid of it and try something else, or maybe tweak it a little bit to make it work better for you. That's also a great option before you just completely pitch something. Sometimes there are ways you can tweak a curriculum to make it more suitable to what you and your child need. So don't be afraid to do that. Don't be afraid to experiment with that. But I hope you guys enjoyed seeing what we're going to be doing for 6th grade, our plan for 6th grade. I will link everything for you guys in the description box. I will also link my homeschooling playlist. Every single homeschool video I've made in the past is in that playlist. So there's tons of previous years curriculum choices videos for both of my girls. I have a soon-to-be senior in high school, and then of course my youngest is going to be in 6th grade this fall. I've got tons of curriculum reviews. I've got videos dedicated to a certain brand or a certain type of homeschooling. I've got my homeschool room tours. There's quite a few of those. Quite a few homeschool mom day in the life videos. So make sure you check that out if you are interested. Don't forget to subscribe before you head out. Give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.